Jared, the other thing that happened overnight is that the NBA has now postponed games in large part as a result of a protest or boycott by the players. This relates to the sort of larger Black Lives Matter issue. Does the White House support the players and the owners in this case?
Look, I think that the NBA players are very fortunate that they have the financial position where they're able to take a night off from work without having to have the consequences to themselves financially. So they have that luxury, which is great. Look, I think with the NBA, there's a lot of activism, and I think that they've put a lot of slogans out. But I think that what we need to do is turn that from slogans and signals to actual action that's going to solve the problem. And if you look at President Trump's record, people are talking about social injustice. He passed historic criminal justice reform. They talked about how there's wealth inequality. He passed opportunity zones to bring more access to capital in the black and minority community. We talk about education. He's fighting for school choice so that people in the inner cities and failing schools can go to better schools. And then he's also granted long-term funding to the historically black colleges and universities. So what I would say is that, look, people don't like seeing what's happening in a lot of these cities. President Trump has been very strong to say we don't want violence in these cities, but we just have to take this conversation from an emotional one to a constructive one and say, what are the policies that we can agree on? We all agree on where we want things to go. President Trump has a policy platform, but it would be great if we can all come together on a policy platform that will lead forward and actually start executing. And you'll hear President Trump talk about that tonight and on the campaign, which is that a lot of people in Washington have failed these inner cities for a long time. And quite frankly, as a former Democrat, Andrew, we know each other from New York. I was a Democrat, too. Yep. But coming to Washington, and now that I'm a Trump Republican, I do feel like the Democrats have run these cities for a long time, and you have nothing but failure and broken promises. President Trump has a platform that actually will make a difference. And I think that you're not going to get a different result by following the same people who have failed and doing the same policies that haven't worked. It's time for something new. We want to see the country move forward. And President Trump is the leader who's proven that he can get these things done and has a vision to actually bring change.